YouTube channel, and to if you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name is Boon. Third time lucky with this video because yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you know the whole situation. I am so annoyed. I literally filmed this video twice. First time went wrong, second time loved it, but my camera decided to delete all the footage. So here we are again, third time lucky. I feel like this is gonna be the one. So I'm gonna recreate the look that Makeup by Ariel did on Nikita. I am obsessed. Let me find the picture. I am just obsessed with this look. It's so soft, it's really matte, it's so me, and it's just got such a sharp, bold wing. And I've not worn a sharp, bold wing in a long time. I feel like I kind of stopped wearing wings for a while. It's also a cut crease. I'm just obsessed. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So firstly, I'm gonna start with my brows. Nikita has a really straight brow in this look. Her eyebrow is literally, there's no arch, it's just fully straight. I love that kind of brow, but obviously my face shape, that's not what my brow looks like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and make my brow look as straight as I possibly can. But my brow is just not going to be as straight as Nikita's because I'm not about to shave off the end of my brow just for that. I'm just not doing it. I see people do that and I'm just like, you're so brave. Like, I just could not. So anyway, I'm taking the Refy brow pencil. This brow pencil is amazing. So good. I'm just going to underline the brow first of all and kind of just map out the shape. So with the end of my brow, obviously my brow comes naturally like arched, comes down, but I'm going to try and make it look as straight as possible. So I'm going to pull the product out straight. Do you see what I mean? So here I still have some microblading, but when I conceal you're not going to see that, so it will look way more straight. And then I'm just going to follow the brow, make it just look as straight as I possibly can. Like I said, mine's not going to be dead straight because that's just not naturally how my eyebrow is. I am going to set them with a brow gel once I'm finished, but yeah, that's as straight as my brow is going to get. And then I'm just going to, with the start of my brow, I'm just going to flick really lightly upwards, really softly, don't apply too much pressure. And then when I get to the start of my brow, I'm actually going to bring it closer. I'm going to make my brow look like it comes in closer to my nose. That way it pinches your nose and makes your nose look smaller. Okay, so my brows are on. They said hi. Oh my god, so I just melted my nail. I'm so annoyed on a lighter because I was saging and I went to do that with the lighter and it burnt the corner of my nail. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm next gonna conceal under my brow. I'm gonna sharpen it up and I'm gonna use some concealer for my lids. So I'm just putting some full coverage concealer on the back of my hand. I'm gonna use the Morphe Ariel collab. This is the A19 brush. It's a flat synthetic brush. And I'm first of all gonna carve out the brow. Like I said here, where I've still got that microblading, I'm just gonna run over that with concealer. And then it will just get rid of that, you won't see it. We love our full coverage, yes to that. So I'm gonna bring this down, I'm gonna apply it all over the lid. I'm gonna use this as an eyeshadow base. I just wanna say, this is so random, but I just wanna say, I'm so grateful to everyone that shows me so much love and support. I know that I am literally the most inconsistent person now. And I wish I wasn't. It's just, you know how life just gets sometimes and things just get in the way. And I think as a creative person, you have to be in a certain mindset. And sometimes it's really difficult, especially with everything that's been going on in the world and everyone's been going through something. It's just, I found it really hard to really be in the mindset to film and just give you all my best energy. Because I don't like coming on here when I don't film myself because I feel like it shows. Okay, my eyebrows are snatched. When everyone used to say snatch or eyebrows on fleek. Does anyone even say that anymore? So to set my lids, I'm going to use the HUDA Cosmetics Soft Focus Loose Powder in the shade Translucent. You can use my discount code on my website. If you use YouTube 20, it's literally just for my YouTube people. You get 20% off. So I'm going to take the Dose of Colours blending brush, and I'm going to use this is the Toffee Brown Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette. Really cute, love the shadows. I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm just going to pick this up on the blending brush, and I'm going to apply this just above my crease. Get some on your lid, it doesn't matter because we're going to carve out the lid anyway. Nikita's got a cut crease, so that's what we're going to be doing. As soon as I saw this look, I was just like, oh my god, get that on my eyes and get that on my face right now, please. How fun is it that now we can go outside, we can actually get glam? So I'm then going to, with the corner of the eye, is when I get to here, I'm just going to pull it out straight. We're going to follow the direction of the brow. We're going to keep this nice and straight. We don't want to curve it round, keeping everything winged out. So I'm also building up the colour in this crease. And here I'm just softening it. I want to keep it nice and soft when we get to the outer corner. Next I'm going to take some full coverage concealer again, and I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm using the same flat synthetic brush, and I'm going to start with the inner corner. So all I do when I cut the crease is I just tap, I just press. I don't like go like this or like rub. I just tap and I really take my time. That way you're gonna get it really, really, really neat. So I'm gonna make sure that the inner corner is straight rather than curved. That's just what I prefer. You're gonna have to kind of, when you take inspiration for looks, it's always best to then kind of tweak it to your eye shape, because obviously everyone's eye shape is different. And then bringing the concealer down onto the lid. I'm going to soften and blend this area out here. But for now I'm just mapping out the crease. Okay, so the crease is mapped out. And now I'm going to apply shadow. So the first shadow I'm actually going to apply is this yellow shade. This is from the Toffee Brown palette, and it's the middle shade. So I'm going to literally tap this onto the eye. I'm using the Dose of Colours shader brush. These brushes are really good. And I'm just going to pat that on top of the concealer. This is the first shadow, and then I'm going to go on top with a different one. I just want that undertone of like slightly yellow. So before I layer the second colour, I'm going to go back to the transition colour, and I'm going to soften these edges, and I'm going to blend it out. Just the edge. So I'm going to take the Morphe Ariel collab. This brush is the A29 brush, and I'm going to take this bottom shade right here, and I'm going to tap this on top of that yellow. So I'm just patting it in, I'm not rubbing, I'm literally just pressing it over the top. I'm just going to do the same on this side. So next, I'm going to sharpen up the crease. I feel like it's softened it too much and I want it a little bit sharper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pencil brush from Dose of Colours. I'm going to use the transition colour. I'm going to pick some up on this brush, and I'm just going to go really lightly. I'm going to build up just above where I've cut the crease, just to really sharpen it up, deepen it as well, and make it look more dramatic. Now I'm going to do liquid liner. I'm really scared about this because this is when shit starts going wrong. I feel like I can't breathe when I do my liner, so I'm going to explain it first and then I'm going to do it and not speak, because I can't speak and do winged liner. Like, it's no. So I'm going to follow more of a straight kind of wing, because we've gone for more of a straight brow, so I'm going to do a straight wing. I'm going to bring it all the way into the inner corner. And yeah, that's literally what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it quite thick because Nikita's is quite thick, so I want it to be quite dramatic. I don't know why, but this winged liner is really dry. Like, the pen is brand new, I literally bought it today. So instead, I'm going to use a gel liner. Because yeah, I can't really work with liners when they're really dry. I find it really frustrating. So I did get the Maybelline, this is the Lasting Drama gel liner in black. Love this, I've used it many times before. So I've just done both wing liners. I tried to get them as symmetrical as I possibly could. I literally felt like I couldn't breathe. So next I'm gonna actually set my liner with some black eyeshadow. You don't have to do this, but it definitely keeps it matte and it keeps it on for longer. So I'm just taking some black shadow on this little brush that came with the liner. One of these old school eyeshadow brushes. Do you remember these when you was a kid? So yeah, all I'm doing is just pressing black shadow over the top of the liner. It also helps it make it really, really, really black as well. If you find that you have like a liquid liner that dries down kind of like a grey, because some of them don't dry down like really black, then the best thing to do is just to press some black shadow over the top. So I'm just going to sharpen up the edge. Again, I can't breathe while I'm doing this. I'm going to bring the concealer down because then when I go to apply my concealer after my foundation and I go to blend it under my eye, I'm not going to accidentally touch the black liner. Does that make sense? With my sponge, because I've done that before and I've ended up with black all over my face. So next I'm going to apply lashes. These are just lashes from Boots. They're their own brand. They're just like a half lash. I use these now because my eyelashes are pretty long. So I just use these on the outer corner just when I'm doing like a cat eye and stuff. So I'm going to apply some mascara. I'm going to use the Maybelline Skyline. Love this. And I'm just going to apply some of this. And I like to so I'm going to push my eyelashes in this direction as well. It's so hard when you have long eyelashes to stick your eyelashes over the top. You have to get like up and over and it's so hard. So yeah, all these lashes do, I love them because they just give you that really, really cat eye. They are quite natural and they're not too dramatic. So if you want to wear like no makeup and put these on, they look incredible. I think when you've got such a bold liner, you don't then need like a really bold lash. So I'm just going to leave my eyelash to dry and I'm going to make a start on my face. I'm going to do obviously a very matte base because that's what Nikita's got. I love a matte base. If you do it right, it photographs incredible, like literally incredible, and your face just looks flawless when you go out, obviously. So I'm just going to prep my skin. I'm going to use the Elemis Superfood. This is a glow primer moisturiser. I love this underneath the foundation because I'm going to use a foundation that's quite matte and I just like to feel hydrated underneath, and it just makes me feel hydrated. It just feels really nice. It's getting darker and darker outside as I'm getting through this tutorial, isn't it? That's how long it's taken me to do this video. For foundation, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty. This is the Luminous Faux Built Up Matte Foundation. This foundation is probably the best foundation I've ever used in my life when it comes to going out. It looking fucking flawless. It looking flawless for hours. Photographs incredible. Products just lay perfect on top of it. It looks like you're walking around with a filter on your skin. Like, it actually is insane. If you do have dry skin, the perfect combination with this is to mix it with some of the NARS Sheer Glow. I do that sometimes when I want it to look more luminous, and it just still gives me that amazing, amazing, amazing finish, but it's just not as matte. So I'm just gonna dot this around the face, and then I'm gonna blend it in with a beauty blender. This shade is slightly too dark now. It was okay after I came back off holiday, and now it's too dark. So I'm going to blend this in with this sponge. This is from the Morphe Makeup by Ariel collab. This sponge is so soft. One thing I would say about when it comes to doing your base makeup, the longer you spend working the products into the skin and really, really, really pressing it in, the better it's going to look. My friends always say to me, like, Holly, like, why does my base not look as good as it should? And it's honestly because you need to spend time really, really, really working into the skin. It makes such a difference. I obviously edit these videos and cut them short and stuff, like crop bits so that it's not boring. But I spend a lot of time working products into my skin because it makes such a difference to the final result. How frustrating is it trying to find a summer foundation shade, and then like when your tan fades, you're then like, oh, now I need a lighter one. I'm going to apply some full coverage concealer. I'm going to apply this just in the inner corner here. A little bit there just because I've already applied some concealer, so I don't need to apply too much. Again with this side, I'm going to highlight the centre of my forehead, down the front of my nose, a little bit on the chin and a little bit just here. If you bring this up down the sides of your nose, I say this all the time, but really pinches in the nose. So I'm just going to take the sponge again, I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to blend this in, press it in. Be careful not to touch the black liner with the sponge in the inner corner because then your under eye will start looking grey. So again, with under eye, I really spend time pressing it into the skin. Another thing I would say is a lot of people say to me, like, when they apply the concealer and then they put powder on, it does that thing where it goes really tight and it creases. The only reason it does that is because you're applying your powder too soon. Make sure you let your concealer dry down a little bit before you apply powder, because if you apply powder to wet concealer, it just creases straight away. Next, for cream contour, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick in the shade R530. I've used this for years, I don't use anything else. I sound like a broken record, but it is honestly the best. And I'm going to use the Morphe Ariel A24 brush. I'm going to pick some of this up on the brush and then apply it to the skin. I just feel like it blends it in way nicer. So I'm just going to go forehead. This brush is incredible for foundation as well, if you prefer brushes. It's really, really good for foundation. And then I'm just going to go here. Cheekbone. Everything with this foundation just blends incredible on top of it. Like, this foundation is just, I'm not sponsored or anything by the way, I'm just obsessed with it. It's so, so, so good. And then to contour my nose, I'm going to use my Zoeva 235 contour shader brush. I'm going to go down the front of my nose. I'm going to blend it up into the brow. If you blend it up into the brow, all the way up to the brow, it's going to make your nose look longer. It just depends, obviously, how you want your nose to look based on how you're going to contour it. So, I bring it all the way down the front. I like to pinch my nose in. And then, to make my nose look more lifted, I like to contour just under here. I know some people like to have more of a button nose, some people like to stop the contour here so it doesn't look their nose doesn't look too long. Everyone's different, just depends what you like, but yeah, that's what I do. I'm just going to go over the whole face with my sponge, make sure everything's blended, everything feels like it's worked into the skin. I like to leave my nose contour to dry down for a few minutes before I start blending it. That way the product doesn't shift too much, it kind of stays where I put it, and it makes it a lot easier to blend it. So I'm going to take the same brush, I've just cleaned it. This is the 235 contour shader brush. I use this brush to apply the product and to blend it out. I just feel like it's the best for nose contour. So I'm just going to run my brush backwards and forwards. Next, to set my face, I'm going to use a soft focus loose powder from HUDA Cosmetics in the shade Translucent. I only use this, it smooths my pores, it leaves my makeup looking so flawless. I'll show you the before and after. You can use code YouTube20 at checkout on my website, you get 20% off. It's only for my YouTube people. I don't promote that code anywhere else, just on here. I'm going to take some powder on my sponge and I'm going to really, really, really press it in. The formula of the powder is really lightweight, it's really finely milled, so it doesn't feel heavy, cakey, anything. It just really smooths and sets everything in place. So this is the difference. This is the side that's been set, and this is the side that's not been set. As you can see, it's smoothed everything out. It photographs insane. You won't regret it. You need to get it. And then I'm going to set my chin. I'm going to set the center of my forehead. And just down my nose. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the HUDA Cosmetics Soft Focus Loose Powder in the shade Banana. I'm just going to pick some up on this large powder brush. I'm going to tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to dust this all over the face. This is going to keep your makeup in place all day, all night. You're gonna go to sleep, wake up, still look flawless. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. That's literally gonna be you. So yeah, I'm really pressing it in. Making sure everything's nice and matte, nice and set. Next I'm gonna bronze. I'm gonna use the HUDA Cosmetics bronzer in the shade medium golden. And I'm gonna apply this using the Dose of Colours angled contour brush. So I'm just gonna literally apply this over the top of that cream contour, cream bronzer. I like my face to look really warm. Everyone's different, but I like to look really warm. Now, if you want a brighter under eye, which I think I'm actually gonna do, I wasn't sure, but I think I'm gonna give myself an even brighter under eye. Call me crazy, but sometimes I really like that. I'm gonna use the Soft Focus Loose Powder again, but this time in shade Fair. And I'm just gonna apply some of this under my eyes, just to brighten up. You don't get any flashback with this either, by the way, when you take photos. There's nothing worse than flashback when you put powder on. Do you guys remember that James Charles meme that went viral because he had the worst flashback? Didn't everyone call him Flashback Mary or something? The internet is so rude. Next, I'm going to use the HUDA Cosmetics blusher. This is in the shade Oh So Snatched. Nikita has quite a pinky blush on in this picture. So I'm going to pick some of this up on the angled contour brush I just used. And I'm going to start on the apples. And she doesn't have it back too far, so I'm only going to keep it to like where the end of my eyebrow is. I'm not going to bring it all the way back like I usually do. I'm just going to keep it here. Sometimes I just go over the top with the blusher. I'm such a blusher fan. She also has her blusher quite high under her eyes. Look at the difference blusher makes. I'm obsessed. So I'm just going to put some brow gel through my eyebrows because I just want to keep them set. And because I've changed the shape of them, I need to make sure that the hairs stay up on the end here and they don't drop down. So I'm just going to put some of this Benefit brow gel through my brows. Keep them in place. I really like this brow gel, but if you do put too much in, you do end up with rock hard eyebrows, which is not great. So for the under eye, I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to put a little bit of brown in the waterline. And yeah, I'm going to keep it cute. I'm going to take this Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Liner in brown this time. And I'm going to run this in my waterline, but I'm going to start from the outer corner and I'm going to bring it down slightly. And then I'm just going to lightly apply it all the way across the waterline. I'm then going to take the pencil brush with the transition colour. I'm going to buff this underneath the eye. So I'm not going to apply any bottom mascara because I feel like bottom mascara just makes the eye look like it's dropped and I want everything to look really lifted. So I'm not going to apply any bottom mascara. I'm going to keep the eyes just like that. And then lastly, I'm going to do lips. So I'm going to use lip liner. I'm going to use two different lip liners. So I'm first of all going to use Strip Down by MAC. And then I'm going to use Cork lip liner by Dose of Colours. This one's quite a dark brown. I want a darker lip line. But I find if I do the Strip Down underneath and this one on top, it doesn't make it look too harsh. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use the Doll Beauty lipstick in the shade Golden Girl. I'm just going over it a little bit with some of this lip liner. It is a little bit too light. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Also comment down below what you'd like to see next. Also, don't forget, if you want to get any products from my brand, use code YouTube20 at checkout. It's just for you guys that watch my YouTube videos. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.